Why do we often destroy ourselves, yet feel a strange satisfaction while doing it? We procrastinate on important tasks, sabotage relationships, or remain trapped in bad habits, yet some part of us enjoys it. Is this a psychological flaw, or is there something deeper at play? Imagine someone standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing that jumping would destroy them, yet feeling an odd temptation to step forward. This isn't just an irrational impulse. It's a psychological mechanism ingrained within us. Self-sabotage often feels like freedom, not because we want to fail, but because we fear the consequences of success. Our brains are wired to avoid uncertainty, even if it means staying stuck in destructive patterns. Success brings change, responsibility, and expectations, and the deepest parts of us would rather embrace familiar destruction than face the unknown. Like a prisoner finding comfort in their cell, we repeat behaviors that harm us, not out of ignorance, but because they give us a sense of control. But if we are consciously choosing suffering, what does that mean for our freedom? Every time we procrastinate on an important task or ruin a golden opportunity, there's a brief moment of relief that deceives us. It isn't real happiness. It's the comfort of avoiding something bigger than ourselves. But what happens next? Slowly, we become trapped in a cycle that becomes harder to break. Our brains start to build an identity around failure. Maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe this is my fate. Every time we give in to self-sabotage, we reinforce a subconscious belief that we don't deserve better. And the worst part? We don't even realize it's happening. We just feel exhausted, directionless, and suddenly life feels like walking through a fog with no destination. If we continue like this, when or will we ever find a way out? What if the problem isn't weak willpower, but the story we tell ourselves? If self-sabotage feels good, it's because our brains have linked it to safety, not failure. So what if we rewrite the story? Instead of seeing success as a terrifying burden, what if we view it as freedom? A child learning to walk isn't afraid of falling because they haven't learned to feel ashamed. But we've internalized the fear of judgment, as if mistakes are proof that we aren't worthy. The key isn't forcing ourselves to be more disciplined, but realizing that we always have a choice. Every time we're about to sabotage ourselves, we can ask, is this truly me? Or is it just a habit I believed in for too long? Self-sabotage isn't fate. It's a reflection of fears we haven't confronted. We don't fear failure. We fear the version of ourselves we've never met. But if we keep running, we never truly live. True freedom isn't avoiding pain. It's choosing growth even when fear lingers. In the end, the real question isn't what if I fail, but what if I never even try? And when we dare to answer, we realize one thing. Nothing is more terrifying than living only half a life.